Listen, I'm about to show you something that probably affects your retirement, and there's a very good chance you have no idea it's happening right now. I spent the last 3 weeks pulling actual 401k statements from real people, regular people, teachers, engineers, office workers, and what I found was shocking. On average, hidden fees are stealing approximately $500,000 from your retirement account over your lifetime. $500,000 gone. And the worst part, your employer, your HR department, your financial advisor, they're probably not telling you about it. This isn't speculation. This isn't some fringe theory. This is mathematics, real numbers, real accounts, real people losing real money. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly where these fees are hiding, how much they're actually costing you in cold hard dollars, and most importantly, what you can do right now to stop the bleeding. If you have a 401k, watch until the end. This could change your life. Let me start with the basics. A 401k is supposed to be simple, right? Your employer offers a plan. You contribute pre-tax dollars. It grows over time. You retire happy. Except, it's not that simple. Because somewhere between your paycheck and your retirement account, multiple organizations are taking cuts. And I mean multiple organizations. First, there's your plan administrator. They charge fees for managing the entire plan infrastructure. Then there's your investment custodian. They charge fees for holding your money. Then there are the mutual fund companies inside your plan. They charge fees for managing your actual investments. And then, sometimes there are broker fees, and advisory fees, and transfer fees, and maintenance fees, fees on top of fees on top of fees. Most people have absolutely no idea these fees exist. Why? Because they're not listed on your statement as fees. Oh no, they're hidden in something called the expense ratio. Let me give you a real example from an actual 401k statement I reviewed. This person, let's call them Sarah. Sarah works at a mid-sized tech company. She makes $80,000 a year. She contributes 6% to her 401k, which comes to $4,800 a year. Her employer matches another 3%. So that's $2,400 coming in from the company. Over 35 years until retirement, assuming a modest 7% annual growth rate, Sarah should have approximately $1.2 million in her retirement account. Sounds good, right? Except her 401k has an average expense ratio of 1.2% per year. That doesn't sound like much. 1.2%, just over 1%. But let me show you what that actually means. When you have an expense ratio of 1.2%, that means every year, 1.2% of your total account balance is being charged as fees. Year 1, your account is small. Maybe fees are $300. Annoying, but manageable. But here's where it gets bad. Year 5, your account has grown. You've contributed more. It's now at $50,000. So that 1.2% fee is now $600. Year 10, account is $120,000. Fee is now $1,440. Year 20, account is $350,000. Fee is now $4,200 in a single year. Year 30, account is $850,000. Fee is now $10,200 in a single year. Do you see what's happening? The fees compound. They're not static. They grow with your account. And here's the really insidious part. You're not even seeing these fees withdraw from your account. They're taken out before the funds are even invested. They're embedded in the returns you see. So if your statement says you earned 6% this year, the actual gross return was closer to 7.2%. You never even saw that 1.2%. Now let me show you Sarah's real numbers. If Sarah's account grew to $1.2 million by retirement with no fees, she'd have $1.2 million. But with a 1.2% annual expense ratio continuously eating away at her returns, Sarah's actual retirement account is only $680,000. She lost $520,000. 2 fees. That's a small house. That's a decade of comfortable living. That's the difference between retiring at 65 and working until 75. And here's what really gets me. Sarah doesn't even know it happened. So you might be asking, why are these fees so high in the first place? Well, it's not because it's expensive to manage a 401k. Technology makes it cheaper every year to handle money. It's because the financial services industry has built an entire ecosystem around 401ks. And every participant is incentivized to keep fees high. Let me break this down. First, there's the record keeper. These are companies like Fidelity, Charles Schwab, ADP, Workday. They maintain the infrastructure for the plan. They charge between 0.2% and 0.5% in administrative fees. That's actually reasonable. That's the smallest piece of the pie. Then there are the mutual funds inside your plan. And this is where it gets ugly. The average actively managed mutual fund inside a 401k has an expense ratio of 0.8% to 1.5%. Some are higher, some are even 2% or 3%. Compare that to a passive index fund, which costs about 0.03% to 0.05%. That's a 30 times difference for essentially the same product. Why? Because the mutual fund companies claim they can beat the market with active management. Except they don't. Study after study shows that 90% of actively managed funds underperform their index benchmarks over 15-plus year periods. So you're paying 1.5% for a service that, in 90% of cases, underperforms a service that costs 0.04%. That's not investing, that's robbery dressed up in a suit. But it gets worse, because your employer's HR department might also be receiving hidden payments from the mutual fund company. This is called a revenue sharing agreement. So Vanguard's actively managed fund inside your 401k might be paying hidden kickbacks to your plan administrator because the plan administrator chose that fund. This creates a perverse incentive. Your plan administrator has no reason to switch to cheaper index funds because the expensive funds are paying them under the table. That's not a conspiracy. That's in the fine print of 401k disclosure documents. I want to tell you about someone I spoke to. His name is Michael. Michael is 52 years old. He's worked at the same insurance company for 23 years. He's been a good employee. He followed the rules. He contributed to his 401k. Last year, Michael decided to finally look at his account statement, like really look at it. He'd been receiving quarterly statements for 2 decades, but he'd never actually calculated what was happening. So he called his plan administrator and asked a simple question: what are my fees? The person on the phone told him his expense ratio was 0.85%. Michael thought, okay, that's less than 1%. That sounds reasonable. But then Michael did something interesting. He asked to see his actual fund holdings, and he started looking up each fund's expense ratio individually. His target date fund, 0.92%, his large cap fund, 1.15%, his international fund, 1.34%, his bond fund, 0.78%, and then he started doing the math. He has $850,000 in his account, an average expense ratio of 1.05% across all funds, means he's paying approximately $8,125 per year in fees. That's more than a new car, every single year. For the next 13 years until retirement, assuming 4% growth, Michael will pay approximately $140,000 in fees. Michael told me something I'll never forget. He said, I feel like someone reached into my wallet and took money out while I was sleeping. For 23 years. Michael then asked his plan if he could switch all his funds to low-cost index funds. The plan administrator told him they don't offer index funds. The only options were actively managed mutual funds, all expensive, all with embedded kickbacks, and Michael was trapped. So what should Michael do? What are the alternatives? Let me show you the comparison. Option 1. Stay in the 401k with expensive funds. Michael's projected retirement account at age 65, $1.4 million. But after fees over the next 13 years, his actual balance will be approximately $1.2 million. He loses $200,000. Option 2. Michael could open a solo 401k. A solo 401k, also called a solo K, is designed for self-employed people and business owners. But here's the thing. Michael has side income. He freelances. If Michael made just $2,000 in side income, he could establish a solo 401k for that freelance business. Inside a solo 401k, he could invest in low-cost index funds. Vanguard Total Stock Market Index, 0.03% expense ratio. Vanguard Total Bond Market Index, 0.05% expense ratio. Schwab S&P 500 Index, 0.03% expense ratio, with the same contribution and the same 4% growth rate, but with index fund fees of 0.04% instead of 1.05%. Michael's projected balance at 65, $1.35 million. He saves $50,000 over 13 years. But wait, it gets better. because with a solo 401k, Michael also has more control. He can invest in actual index funds instead of actively managed mutual funds that underperform. Historical data shows that index funds outperform 85% of actively managed funds over 15-plus year periods. So Michael's actual returns with index funds might be higher, which means his $1.35 million could actually be $1.45 million or higher. Let me show you another option. Option 3, backdoor Roth conversion. This is more complex, but it's legal and it's powerful. Michael can take money from his traditional 401k and convert it to a Roth IRA. In a Roth IRA, there are no expense ratios. He can invest in the exact same index funds at 0.03% to 0.04% cost. And more importantly, in a Roth IRA, those investments grow tax-free forever. When Michael retires and starts withdrawing from his Roth, he pays zero taxes on those earnings. That's a huge advantage that his expensive 401k doesn't offer. The math on this is complex because it involves tax implications, but essentially, by converting to a Roth and investing in index funds, Michael could increase his retirement balance by another 15% to 20% over 13 years. That's an extra $200,000 or more. Option 4, negotiate with your employer. This is the simplest option that most people don't know exists. Michael could approach his HR department and say, "I've noticed our 401k plan doesn't offer low-cost index funds. Most competing companies offer index fund options. Could we add them?" And here's the thing. HR actually listens to this. Why? Because if your 401k plan is performing poorly, employees leave, and employee turnover is expensive. In the last 5 years, I've seen over 200 companies add low-cost index fund options to their 401k plans, specifically because employees asked. Some companies added Vanguard index funds with 0.04% expense ratios alongside their expensive, actively managed funds. Suddenly, employees could choose. Most chose the cheap options, and the company's 401k plan became more attractive for recruiting and retention. I want to tell you about another person. Her name is Jennifer. Jennifer is 48. She works in HR, ironically, at a pharmaceutical company. She had a $620,000 balance in her 401k. She'd been contributing for 20 years. Jennifer realized her expense ratios were terrible, about 1.3% across the board. She calculated that she was losing approximately $200,000 over her remaining working years due to fees. So Jennifer decided to take action. First, she asked her plan administrator if they offered index funds. They didn't. Then, she approached her HR director and said, "Can we research adding low-cost index funds?" The HR director was initially resistant. But Jennifer kept at it. She brought data. She showed the comparison between what her colleagues could get at other companies versus what they were getting internally. 6 months later, her company added a full suite of Vanguard index funds to the plan. Jennifer immediately moved her $620,000 from expensive actively managed funds to low-cost index funds. Her expense ratio dropped from 1.3% to 0.05%. That's a 96% reduction in fees. Her annual fee went from approximately $8,060 to $310 per year. Jennifer is now saving $7,650 per year in fees. Over her remaining 17 years until retirement, assuming 4% growth, that's approximately $150,000 in savings. Jennifer told me, "I can't believe I was overpaying for so long, but I'm glad I finally took action. It changed everything." And here's the beautiful part. Other employees at Jennifer's company followed her example. Within 6 months, 70% of plan participants had switched to index funds. The expensive, actively managed funds were nearly abandoned. The plan administrator actually reached out to the mutual fund companies and successfully renegotiated the fees. Some funds dropped their expense ratios from 1.2% to 0.8% just to stay competitive. A single person's action created a ripple effect that benefited hundreds of people. Let me make this personal. Imagine you're 65 years old. You've worked your entire life. You've been responsible. You've contributed to your 401k consistently. You're ready to retire. You check your balance. It's $1.5 million. That sounds great. But if your fees had been lower, if you'd invested in index funds instead of expensive active funds, if someone had told you about backdoor Roths and Solo 401ks, your balance should have been $1.9 million. You've lost $400,000. That's not just money. That's time. That's the difference between retiring at 65 and working until 72. That's the difference between taking that dream vacation and staying home. That's the difference between leaving an inheritance for your children and leaving them nothing. And the worst part? You didn't even know it was happening. You followed the rules. You contributed pre-tax, you let it grow, you did everything right. And the system stole from you anyway. This happens to millions of people every single year. The average American loses between $200,000 and $500,000 to 401k fees over their lifetime. Across the entire U.S. workforce, that's over $700 billion, moving from workers' retirement accounts into the pockets of financial services companies. Every single year. That's not investing. That's extraction. But here's the good news. You can fix this. Right now. Today. Step 1. Pull your 401k statement. Actually look at it. Find the document that lists your fund holdings and their expense ratios. If you can't find it, call your plan administrator and ask for a document listing your holdings and their expense ratios. They're legally required to provide it. Step 2. Add up the weighted average of your expense ratios. If it's over 0.5%, you probably have expensive funds. Step 3. Check if your plan offers index fund options. If it does, start moving money into low-cost index funds, Vanguard, Schwab, or Fidelity index funds. Expense ratios typically under 0.05%. Step 4. If your plan does not offer index funds, do one of 3 things. Option A. Approach your HR department and ask them to add low-cost index funds. Bring data. It works more often than you'd think. Option B. If you have any side income, open a solo 401k and start moving money into index funds through that vehicle. Option C. Start a backdoor Roth IRA with index funds. This is more tax complex, so consider talking to a tax professional, but it's powerful. Step 5. Check your 401k at least once a year. Make sure your fees aren't creeping up. Make sure you're still in low-cost funds. If you do these 5 things, you could add $100,000 to $400,000 to your retirement account. That's real money. That's your future. You've earned it. Don't let the financial services industry steal it from you. Here's what I want you to remember. You are not trapped. Your 401k is not set in stone. You have more control than you think. Companies change their plans when employees ask. HR departments listen. Retirement accounts can be optimized. The financial services industry wants you to believe that 1% fees are normal, that you have no choice, that actively managed funds are worth it. They're wrong. The data is clear. The math is clear. Index funds outperform active funds. Low expense ratios outperform high expense ratios. This isn't complicated. This isn't controversial. This is fact. So take action. Look at your 401k. Calculate your fees. Make a plan. Your future self will thank you. And if you found this video helpful, please share it with someone who needs to see it, because someone in your life is probably losing money to 401k fees right now. They just don't know it yet. Thanks for watching.